This is the Scenario Radio Show. Real talk with a playlist.
It's time for us to get into the Sporty-Otie Dope-A-Licious Report with B. Cub.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the graphic design team here at the Scenario Radio on the Sporty-Otie Dope-A-Licious Sports Report. And if I recall, this may be we haven't done one of these in a while, man. We've got it's been a minute, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm better in doses anyway. Too much of me will start getting on people's nerves. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Look, got a real quick, real good action-packed Sporty-Otie Dope-A-Licious Report for y'all today, man. Look, this is actually World Cup time here in the World Cup. And for the United States, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, they got eliminated. So now the United States can go back to not caring about soccer anymore. Stop acting like they really cared about what's going on. And also, it just kind of helps drive home my thought that you never really realize how bad you are at sports, where you measure up until you play people who are poorer than you. So thanks, United States. It was fun. Now we can go back to getting ready for the Women's World Cup team, who actually won last year. So big shout out to those ladies. Also, I would like to say for the next World Cup coming up, for the Women's World Cup, it's going to be in Australia. Give me some time. There's a joke somewhere about the Women's World Cup being held in the land of Down Under. That is going to be, I just don't know. I feel it's there. It's going to happen. I just want to think of a classy way. So anyway, y'all. So work on it. It's something there. It's there. I see it. Okay. So what I want to talk about, man, this week's Sporty-Otie Dope-A-Licious Report, there's something that's kind of been going on. We alluded and we kind of spoke about, I think, on the segment formerly known as Black Twitter. We kind of discussed Kyrie, everything he was going through, and that's kind of, he's back playing now, all that's that's done. But I don't know if you guys saw this a couple weeks ago. There was a photo that came out of the Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones. Him basically, his photos from like 1957. He grew up in Little Rock, or he grew up in Arkansas, and so it shows him at a protest blocking black students from coming into a Little Rock, Arkansas school. And so the picture went out, and you kind of heard news outlets talking about it. But what I really want to talk about is the king, LeBron. LeBron held a press conference. Y'all haven't seen this press conference after they played, I think it was the Trailblazers last week or this week. And basically at the end of the press conference, my man just kind of stood there and in black man power, and was like, hey, real quick before I go, I want to find out, why haven't y'all asked me anything about Jerry Jones's picture? Like y'all asked all of us about Kyrie, but nothing about Jerry Jones. And people kind of have their views on LeBron. You got to commend this man for saying that. But whether you agree with it or not, it's just the fact of being willing to take that stand and say it. And basically, he just called out the hypocrisy that comes when it comes to black athletes and how we're supposed to look, and how we're supposed to, they're supposed to, I say we like I was a damn athlete, how black athletes are supposed to be, basically account for every single thing that happens, man. And it was a powerful thing. I don't know, did y'all see because he stopped it. Like one of the reporters tried to ask a question, and he's like, no.
He's like, hold on.
Y'all keep that same energy. And I just think it's dope for him to take that stand. He acknowledges his position, and he still takes it on, man. That takes some guts.
I think the important thing was that he acknowledges that how the media tends to, what they tend to focus on when it comes to black people, that all of a sudden, LeBron, you're black. This other black guy did something. Are you accountable for him? And it's like, it's not my job to have this conversation. So, but then all of a sudden is Jerry Jones, who surprisingly, this is the only picture we've got of him.
That's it.
Like, I'm shocked.
I am very shocked. And let me tell you what's crazy about it, Van, because I can honestly say, and I think it's just doing the show with you for so long, I had my Van goggles on when I was seeing the picture, because it didn't irritate me that much. Number one, he was 15, 14 in the picture. So I can't hold anybody to what they did when they were 14 to 15 years old. Like that didn't irk me. But I saw it from a Van point of view of, it's not just Jerry Jones. Look at the system, and look at the fact that the people in that picture, they've gone on to be people who are lawyers, Jerry Jones. You just
how many more?
How many more?
Who all are they employing or not employing right now?
Exactly. And that's kind of how I looked at it. I didn't look at it as, oh, Jerry Jones, he's the one. It's like, yeah, but how many Jerry Joneses are in there, who are just in positions? That's the thing that popped my. I don't really think, it's it didn't irk me as much as I think it irked everybody else, because you can probably find pictures of a lot of different people, and especially when it comes to the NFL, because that's just a different ownership dynamic than any other sport, and that's a whole different topic. But it just kind of struck me funny, and I think it was dope.
My thing is, have you heard Jerry Jones speak before and thought he's not racist? When did you come to the conclusion that you would be shocked that Jerry Jones had either held racist ideals, or whatever? Like just it wasn't that long ago when he was on the certain side of the fence with Kaepernick and all that. He's part, again, like I was saying, like you said, of a system that wanted to suppress Kaepernick. We know that regardless of how he feels about black people, he always wants to make sure they're in their place.
Yes,
so that's all it really counts.
You know what's funny about it, and we'll move on right after this, but what's funny about it is the first thing, usually with those guys, the first thing they say is the truth. So when he first came out, because I don't know if you remember, he started kind of walking back on, nobody's going to play for the Cowboys if they don't do this. But you can tell that's after somebody was like, hey, this is what you need to say, because you know what I'm saying? His first reaction, that's who he is. Like, they have that way of thinking when it comes to those players. So I just kind of thought it was dope, man. Kudos to LeBron for coming out and saying it. And I will also point out, when it came to Kyrie and all that, LeBron never said that he supported Kyrie. He actually called out, telling him like, hey, hopefully he knows more about it. So it's not a thing to where he was taking sides for Kyrie. So let's I just want to put that out there also. He didn't agree. He's just calling out, the hypocrisy of it. Last thing I want to talk about, this is actually, man, the very first time we have ever had breaking news on the Sporty-Otie Dope-A-Licious Report, y'all. That's right. You heard it here first. Deion Sanders reportedly is about to take a head coaching job at the University of Colorado in Boulder, Colorado, which is a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution, being in Colorado, as you would. But that's about to start being made aware. Jackson State is playing Southern today, and they're saying that he's going to make the announcement after the game. And I just kind of want to see what everyone thinks about this, because it's one of those things where the rumors have been around there that he's going to leave and get a job. Some people say he was waiting to get the perfect job. His alma mater is Florida State University. They're in kind of a decent situation with their coach, so it's not like he can go there and take his quote unquote dream job. But it's weird. Like, I had a feeling this was going to happen, so I just want to see what this backlash is going to be. Like, I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on it, but it just seems like now that he's about to take this job, I'm just waiting for everybody to come out and be like, oh, I thought he was for us. He's moving on to more money.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking he did a lot for the HBCUs, and he talked a lot about being in support of HBCUs. His sons go there, and now you're going somewhere else. Like, what is all that you said and all the hype that you had around the HBCU organizations? Does that still mean anything, or was it about the money? So I'll be interested to see what other people think too. I really wish he stayed. He did a lot for Jackson State, so it'll be interesting to see.
And something else I also kind of thought about real quick, because I want to see what Van has to say, because I know he's got something good with this. The thing also I thought about was, we just don't know what his head coaching aspirations were. Sometimes you get guys who are just happy being college coaches. They know how to shape young minds. They know how to lead young men. You got some people, that's what they want to do. We never knew for a fact that Deion never wanted to go to the NFL. So if this is you working at a profession where you want to get into the best situation possible, these are the steps you have to take. You go to a smaller school. I mean, let's not forget, him coaching isn't a new thing. He's been coaching high school football in Texas for years. So he goes from high school, then goes into college. Now he's going to a bigger college. So this could just be, this may be his goal. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just waiting for that backlash to happen.
Yeah, I think we're always, when you are black in America, you are always wrestling between what you can do that serves you and what you can do that serves your community. And you're always dealing with that balance. Some people don't wrestle with it at all. They're like, no, I screw the community. And some people are all about the community, and they at their own disadvantage. But everybody else is really just kind of in between. We're just always, figuring out. And to be honest, we always, if we care about our communities, that at some point we will have to be somewhat sacrificial. The question is how much, and that's really what that's what the discussion is going to be about. How much do we expect for him to sacrifice? And I'm not here to say what is the right thing. Right. I'm glad he's given that attention to HBCUs. I really hope that more college athletes, more athletes and more coaches give that attention to HBCUs. But I will say this, we as black people a lot of times can't keep putting all of the onus on people like him.
Mhm.
You know, it's like how many of us don't, you know, send money to HBCUs? How many of us don't buy gear, HBCU gear? We need to promote it on our level as well, so that we can keep it out in the forefront. So I'll say that.
This is the Scenario Radio Show. Real talk with a playlist.